Summertime sadness. What's your summertime looking like? We're about to dig into that today. Let's hit the music and let's get talking about summer.
Can't go on, I can't go on like this. Just dwelling on it.
Like this, like
Used to
the
be,
camera, this, all
I
this
can
stuff.
fix these halls and patch these walls, but there's no
Let's get straight into the episode, guys.
Today I asked the kid that I coach, I asked him, who's winning the World Cup? Who's winning the World Cup this year, huh? Is it Spain? Is it Brazil? Is it France? And he told me, put your money on Ronaldo. And I said, which Ronaldo? He said, all the Ronaldos. So any of you gamblers out there, you heard him first. Put your money on Ronaldo. I didn't say that, he did. But anyways, it's almost summertime. It's almost summertime. I'm starting to get in that mode where I can feel it in the air, you know, where it's starting to get me. Where I'm starting to just sit down and I start feeling like I'm getting a little tan. You know? I'd be at work inside in a studio and I feel like I'm getting sunburned a little bit. It's calling my name. The fishing's calling my name especially. I've been wanting to go fish. I love going fishing. You know, summertime for me is where I get most of those old memories as a kid. The big moments that tickle me come from the summer. One of them was this. It was the first time I ever passed out during a workout. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, pre-COVID, you couldn't even pay me to pick up a weight. You couldn't pay me to work out. If I wasn't at a baseball practice or something, I would not work out. On my free time, never worked out. Didn't believe in it. Despised working out. Of course, by looking at this physique you see covered, you can tell this guy has been to the gym. But we're talking way back then. My first time ever really working out was in sixth grade, the summer of sixth grade, going into seventh. I worked out with my older cousin at my uncle's house. In the garage. Garage workouts are where it's at. We were training for baseball. A little bit for football for me, just to get some strength. But he was going into high school, so it was mainly for him. But I was like the guy that was thrown in there. Because you know there's the camp, but there's a main guy in the camp. And then there's the other guys that are there to help him. They're there to work out with him. And that was me. That was my role. The little younger guy. Trying to prove himself out there in the cave. In the lion's den, I was trying to prove myself. And I was out there. We were doing little workouts. I remember one of them was some squats. I think it was with squats. Yeah, it was squats, but we had like 15 pounds on the sides. A little curling bar with 15 pounds. We did a bench press on the floor. You were laying on the floor and there was like two stools. We did like the little two stools. Well, it was like two box jumps on each side, a box jump on each side, and the weight. Well, we're benching 40 pounds, 50 pounds. Mm-hmm. That's what we were working with right there. But there was one workout specifically, one workout that I think to this day is deadly. And that was the arm curl ones. Let me see the name of those actually. Those were the wrist rollers, where you'd get it and you go straight up and you roll that bad boy all the way up to the top and all the way back to the bottom, and your forearm would be on fire. So we would do a couple of these workouts in the garage. It was like a circuit. We'd go around 4 times. Killer. Especially for a guy like me, that was killer. And I remember one of the first times we were working out, we would go there. I think it was every Monday and Wednesday we would go. Every Monday and Wednesday of the week during summer, we would get out there. I remember I was doing it. And I just remember, this must have been like on the 3rd round and 4th round. You know, I was dying. And I just remember it was going all the way up. And I just remember I started seeing all black. and then I was out. I couldn't see nothing. And I just remember dropping the weight and falling down in defeat because I had failed. The weight took me out. Those things are killers. Even today, that thing would be a killer. Those wrist rollers, those forearm rollers. That's a dangerous workout. Dangerous workout to do. And it was even better because during that time, that was the summer of 2016, there was bangers coming out. Bangers, and we had them playing. And we had Rihanna, This Is What You Came For, playing on. So I just remember I saw all black. I was blacked out from the workout. I fall down and all I hear is, baby, this is what you came for. Because this is what I came for. To work out till I couldn't no more. That is what I came for. That's what I got. I was like, hey, where's my receipt? And they gave me my food and my receipt. I don't know why I'm wearing this hat, but I like it. I saw it in my closet and I was like, you know what, I'm going to wear this today. So I'm wearing it. I don't know. The glasses are still on, but that's part of life. That's part of life. I always have some kind of hiccups during this. You know, another thing, we got that South Padre trip coming up this summer, maybe. I'm not sure what's happening with South Padre. We go to South Padre every summer. It's a big family trip of the year. You know, everyone's all together. Things get wild. Wild. And it just gets better and better. You know, as time goes on, things get wilder and wilder. I remember when there was sharks in South Padre, that was scary. There were sharks. And it was literally like right in front of where we stay. Because we've been staying at the same place for like 5 years now. 5, 6 years now. Maybe 6 or 7 years now. Giggle, giggle. But yeah, there'd be some sharks. There were sharks up there. And I remember when we were going, people were kind of scared. The Shark Week would always be on. People would get a little scared of going out there to the coast, to the beach. But we used to get really far out there. Now that now that I'm older, I think about it a little bit more and I get a little bit more scared. But during that time, we would get pretty far. All of us, we would go out there and we would dive into the waves. That was like our thing. Or you do like front flips into the waves, and you get taken away. It's just a fun time. It's like it's the really one of those moments where you just get to get away from everything. You know, we're all together. It's like what 20 of us, probably 20ish, sometimes a little less. And there's just so many moments. You know, we get a golf cart one of the nights, and we drive around and just explore South Padre. Man, I remember there used to be a lot of jellyfish. Not at South Padre, at Port Aransas, there would be jellyfish when we would go. And man, Port Aransas became known for jellyfish. It was horrible. I remember one time I was in the water and there was just jellyfish all over. There was jellyfish everywhere, all over the ocean. And I just was on one of those little big old bed floaties. I was just laying on it. And it was see-through, it was clear, and I just looked down and I see jellyfish everywhere. Like a whole colony. I don't know if that's what you call a big group of jellyfish, but it was like miles of jellyfish just going through the area. So I've never been stung by jellyfish. I've known a lot of people that have, but I've been lucky enough to where I haven't been stung. But yeah, I did one time though when I was little. There was a notorious moment in my life where I was chased at the beach by a crab, one of those big crabs. Like it was probably like this big of a crab. The shell was probably like this big, but it's like its claws, you know, it was just running at me like this. I was like that, just running at me. I don't know what I had. I think I had like a fish or something, and I was trying to go fishing, and it just came out the water, and it was chasing me, and we were just running around, and it was trying to put me down. It probably thought I was like, hey, this thing's like 5 years old. Let me make a statement and let me eat him. Let me eat him as a crab. She's choosing Texas, I can tell. But is she really choosing Texas? Is everyone choosing Texas nowadays? Let's think about that. Is everyone choosing Texas? And if you're not choosing Texas, what else are you choosing? Let's try to fill that in. She's choosing Chicago, I can tell. She's choosing California, I can tell. She's choosing Bama, I can tell. See, that one sounds a little bit more. She's choosing Bama. Maybe you could put that one behind Texas. But you're not going to hear someone say, she's choosing Denver, I can tell. She's choosing Hawaii. Woo! She's choosing the Netherlands, I can tell. I don't know. I haven't been to any of those places. This summer, I plan on traveling, you know? I plan on traveling a little bit. Sometimes I'm going to be working. So it's hard to, you say you want to do a lot of things, but it's hard to just sit down and just do them, you know? There's a lot of things that we all want to do. We all want to get done. I'm trying to plan a deep sea fishing trip at the end of May. I love deep sea fishing. I love fishing. So I've been doing it with my friends. We've been going on for, this will be like the 4th year that we've kept the trip going, I believe. I believe this is the 4th year. Yeah, this would be the 4th year. I'm pretty sure this would be the 4th year. But yeah, I'm trying to keep that as a tradition where every year, once a year, we all go on a fishing trip together. So it looks like it's going to be happening. I had to go to Academy the other day. And guess why? They got me. They got me for the Academy credit card. Back during Christmas, I may have bought an Astros hat as a gift from Academy, and they got me. They're like $30 off. And then they would just put the rest on the credit card, so I wouldn't have to pay anything. I was like, you know what? I've been shopping a lot. I've been spending a lot this Christmas. Put it on there. Give it to me. I owed $3 on that credit card, and let's say I barely paid it off today or yesterday. So $3 turned into $49. Take notes, guys. Take notes. You gotta make sure you're making your payments, because they never sent me my card, and in a way, I just like fully forgot about that for a good while. And yeah, I had to go in yesterday. I was kind of fired up, and I had to pay it off. I had to walk in there and be like, "Customer service, huh? Take my card. As you want to take my money. As you want to take it all from me. As you want to look in my face, tell me credit card free. People, I thought credit card was free money. What is this? I got to pay it back? Nonsense. Another thing about summer, you know, I don't understand how before I had a job during the summer, going even before, like when I was a senior in high school, and then the summer before, like a little while before I got a job, I didn't get a job till like July 25th in the summer after I graduated. So there was like a good 2.5 months of me not having a job when I was out of school. And we were going places all the time. We were hanging out every single day, me and my friends. We'd go to the gym in the morning. I was paying for a gym membership. And then we would go take trips. We would go swimming at places, driving. And I drove everywhere at that time. I was the one that drove everywhere. My car went everywhere. So it's like, where did the money come from? Where was I getting the money? Let me tell you one thing. Gas was still like $4 for me. When I first started paying for gas, it was $4, $4.15. Everything under $4 for me is paradise, man. Paradise. That's normal for me. The max I'd put in my car at a time during that period was $5, because I didn't have much more than that. You weren't going to find that more than that in my wallet. If I had $100 in my wallet, in my card, man, that was like as good as it got. $105. I remember if I had $105 in my account, oof, we were rich. We were on top of the world. Might as well buy myself a house now. Because, man, that was wild. So I would be with my friends and be like, hey, could someone just put $5 in the tank? And I don't think anyone else had a job either. We were all jobless and free. Quote that free part. Freedom. That's what we were all about. Versace on the floor. Bruno Mars said that, not me. It's really interesting, right? It's really interesting when you think about a lot of moments. It's like when you're little, you were more living in those moments, right? You were enjoying those moments, but now that when you get older, it's like you had to be the person that makes those moments. Yeah, the person has to make those things happen instead of just living in that moment and watching it happen. You're the one that has to kind of make it happen for everyone else too. So it's like you're not. I mean, I guess like you're not as enjoying the moment as much as possible. Then you can find a way to. I feel like because as I get older, I still enjoy things a lot, but it's like my perspective on it is a lot more of a, what is this going to benefit? Who is this going to benefit? What's going to happen after I do this? Instead of me just going to do something, me just showing up and be like, oh my gosh, all this is so cool. Yada, yada. Can't wait to come back tomorrow. I went to Fiesta the other day, the Market Square. I think it's De Los Reyes. Man, every time I go to Fiesta, I get a little wild. I start dancing a little bit. I love dancing. So I go there, I start feeling it in me a little bit. The beat starts hitting me good. With my friends, we had a fun time. But then I had to run Saturday. The morning that we went to Fiesta, I had to run at my 5K. Did like a little race. It was the same race we did the year before. Me and my friend, we did it again. Man, my shoes are so worn out. And I was running the second mile and a half is all hill, but it's like a rocky hill. So your ankles are on fire. Oh my gosh. I never wanted to actually stop so bad. There's only been 2 times I ever wanted to stop when running. And this was one of them. I felt so much pain. I didn't stop. I was so close. My ankles were like, felt like they wanted to explode. Like they just wanted to shatter in a million pieces. It was burning so bad. And I just felt numbness going up my calves. But we did it. We did it. It's only going to get better. I'm in full diet mode, intermittent fasting, calorie deficit, 2 workouts a day, hard cardio, but very explosive cardio. So we're excited to see results for the summer. I'm going to try to get myself in good shape, really good shape. I think it's been a good while. I tell myself I'm going to do it, and then I just get distracted because it's difficult to do it. It's been the last time I remember I was like in actually really good shape was 2023. 2023 was the last time I remember just being in good shape where I was like, dang. Yeah, 2022, 2023 was my best shape ever. And I want to replicate that. It's just bigger because I'm going to be bigger. I'm a bigger guy now. I'm older. My body's growing up a little bit more. Carry a lot more muscle. I'm what, 206 pounds right now. I'm 206 pounds right now. When I first graduated high school, guys, I was 155 pounds. Okay. 155 pounds, 160 if you let me eat dinner. Okay. So yeah, I was shredded to the gills at 160-ish pounds during the summer. That's when I was to the gills, was like 160-ish. And then when I first got into college, I hit 170. And I was like 173, 174 for the first year of college. I was still shredded to the gills. Not to the gills, I had a little bit more muscle. Wasn't to the gills, but I was still pretty shredded. And then it's like after that, my mind just kind of went off it. I don't keep up with my cardio. I don't keep up with my diet. I let myself have a little too much. So I'm going to make it happen. This summer is going to be return of just me being in good shape. But yeah, that's really what's been going on. Man, I'm so excited for the next episode. We're going to have a guest. It's going to be an amazing time. I'm actually going to be recording that. Well, this comes out on Tuesday. I'm going to be recording that Tuesday as well. And that's going to be out Thursday. I'm just so excited for it. I was debating if I was going to have an episode out today because this was a very last minute recorded episode. I didn't think about this episode like that because I was thinking so much about that next one because I was so excited for the next one. It's going to be a thrill. It's going to be excitement, guys. I know y'all are going to love it because I'm going to love it too. Because it's going to be someone I idolize that, well, maybe it will. Someone I've talked about recently. Maybe it won't be the exact person. Maybe it'll be someone that impersonates that person. That gives a little hint for y'all who the next person on my episode's going to be. Y'all have a good one. My name is Guerra. Let's get out of here, baby.
Till there's nothing but ash. I'm starting fresh.